Ro rangatira ma, tēnā koutou. President, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I thank the New Zealand Government for inviting UN Special Rapporteur Leilani Farha and for organising such an excellent mission. This UN visit was the first of its kind to New Zealand for 6 years. I hope we don't have to wait 6 years before the next. I thank Leilani and her team for their professionalism and for writing a first-class report. As the Rapporteur says, New Zealand faces a housing and human rights crisis. Her report will help all of us in New Zealand tackle this human rights emergency. The Human Rights Commission will shortly launch guidelines on the right to a decent home in Aotearoa. These guidelines build upon the Rapporteur's report. They aim to make the right to a decent home, grounded on Te Tiriti o Waitangi, meaningful in New Zealand. Of course, the right to a decent home does not provide a magic solution to a complex crisis. There is no magic solution. But human rights can help. They are tools. So let's use them to the advantage of everyone in New Zealand. As the Rapporteur says, Canada has recently recognised the right to adequate housing and adopted a human rights approach within its national housing policy. Why not in New Zealand? The Rapporteur acknowledges the ongoing impact of colonisation on the housing and well-being of Maori, the indigenous people of Aotearoa New Zealand. She recommends the government appoints an Indigenous Rights Commissioner. Our Human Rights Act permits such an appointment, but still the seat remains empty. Australia has an Indigenous Rights Commissioner. If Australia has one, why not New Zealand? It's time, New Zealand. It's beyond time. Tēnā koutou katoa.